Hey YouTube, it's Richard with Through the Haze Survival. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Luxe Outdoors Megahorn Teepee. My boys and I just slept outside in the Davis Mountains in it last night using the using the Silverfire stove with it, and we had a pretty enjoyable night. It dropped down in the 40s, but with the stove and with our sleeping bags and stuff we were plenty warm. I slept with just a whoopee pretty much, and I was fine. But I'm going to go through the features and everything of the teepee tent and then kind of point some things out, and overall though I have to say I really liked it. So let's do a walk around and we'll take a look at the whole thing. So before we walk around it, I want to talk about one of the accessories that I bought for it. It's this two-person inner tent. It goes inside, it kind of clips in the corners and hangs up from the top, and it gives you a basically another tent inside that's completely enclosed with the no-seam mesh, and then a bathtub floor to keep you high and dry, and if there's extra bugs out, it'll keep the bugs away too. But I didn't put it up because there was 3 of us and it'd be kind of crowded in there with it. But I do have it, so you may see it in a future video because I'm definitely going to use this in a future video. The tent itself comes in this kind of roll top bag with the stiff lip, I guess you could call it. This is the thing for the poles, and then this is the cover for the stove jack when you're not using the stove jack. The tent stakes are these. Has Luxe Outdoor on them. I mean, you can use whatever tent stakes you can, but these are pretty good stakes and they held up pretty well. So right now the stove is inside cooling down. The tent is over 7 feet tall, so I can stand up inside of it no problem. It does not have a floor, so if you're not going to use the inner tent, then you should put down a ground tarp or something like that. We just use a tarp, and then we put a foam pad to sleep on it. That strap across, there's 2 of them, one in between both of the doors, so that way you make sure that you space your stakes out, your first 4 stakes correctly. When you're setting it up, the first 4 stakes that go in are the 2 on that corner of the door, and then the 2 on this corner of the door. You can see it has 1 pole that breaks down. Up in the top is a no-seam mesh that you can open and close. Because you can, there's 2 ways of running the stovepipe through. There's this, which I added the tinfoil just for extra protection, paranoia, whatever you want to call it. But this is fireproof material. And then you can see this just velcros into here. All of the seams are taped, so you don't have to worry about getting water inside except for maybe condensation. And we were fine last night. It does have 2 doors, both of them with no-seam mesh. So like I said, you can run the stovepipe through there, and then you can run the stovepipe with a stovepipe protector through the top if you take the cap off, the peak cap. The cap itself has these rigid edges that help hold it open to let airflow in, and they just hook in right here. You can also, if you want to keep the temperature in, you can cross the hooks over and make it tighter, so that way it kind of pulls in against itself. Each edge has a snow skirt that you can roll up. You see the tie-offs right there. And then each tie-out point has a buckle and strap, so you can pull it tight as you need it and adjust the tension. For the doors, if you want to just tie out just the regular door, there's a separate tie out for that. And then if you want to tie out both of the doors, then you can do both of the doors. I'll show you on the other side. See, this door is tied out, and then the no-seam mesh door is still closed. This is what the stovepipe jack looks like on the outside. Has the Velcro right here, so I don't have to take this off to put the cover on. I can just put the cover straight over this. It has a little flap to keep the water from going down in there, and then this flap kind of helps divert rain from going down inside the hole. All of these tie out points for extra protection against high wind are all reflective. All the rope is reflective, and it's got reflective over here, which I know camping, that's one of the things that you'll trip on, is those tie outs. Like I said, overall it's a really good tent. I have nothing but good things to say about it. We enjoyed it immensely. Like I said, if you have the stove in there, it's really a two-man tent. If you take the stove out, it's a four-person tent, and then there's space for gear and stuff. But we did all right in there. Since my boys are still small, we weren't cramped too bad, and they were able to sleep comfortably. I basically slept, we slept with the door open with the mesh door closed, and then when it dropped down and got in the 40s this morning, I closed the main door and stoked up the fire, and it got warm in there pretty quick, and it stayed warm, and it dried everything out pretty quickly too, so we'll be able to pack up a lot faster. But you'll definitely see this in future videos, because I'll be camping with my boys again, and with Evie, and maybe with my wife if she wants to come out. But I definitely recommend it. I'll put the link down in the description. They're a great company. If you're a veteran, they do offer discounts. This is the Megahorn Teepee. They've got all kinds of other teepees that are different sizes and different heights and stuff, different setups. You can buy it with the stove jack, without, and then they also have a hot tent. That's an 8-person hot tent, more like a dome, that has a stove jack in it, and it has a removable floor. So like I said, I'll put the links for Luxe Outdoors in the description. I really like this product. I really enjoy it. It's a pricey a tent, but I mean, it's a 4-season tent. It's pretty light. It weighs like 8 pounds altogether, and you know, it did really well. I'm really happy with it. So stick around for more videos. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Join us on Facebook and Instagram, and please come join me outdoors.